Hi, everybody. My name is Justine and I am an author, speaker, and certified Dare to Lead facilitator. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about this Dare to Lead training that you are hopefully going to join us for. So my background, I have spent the last 20 years in traditional mental health. So I've spent the last 20 years helping clients to take better care of themselves, to cope with their stress more effectively, and to communicate more clearly with their loved ones. And the last 6 years of my career, I have been certified underneath Dr. Brene Brown. She is a shame and vulnerability researcher down at the University of Houston, Texas. And for the last 7 years, Brene has been studying leadership. She's been studying courage and shame resilience for 20 years. We have 400,000 pieces of data on what is courage and what is vulnerability. And for the last 7, we've been working with leaders across all boards, across the boards of Fortune 10, not-for-profit, military, and we asked, what's the future of leadership? And across the board, they have said, well, only the brave leaders will be left standing. But what's brave? What makes someone brave? And they said, well, you either have courage or you don't, which we know from the data is just not true. We know that courage is measurable, teachable, and observable. What is it? And how do we teach it? And that's what this Dare to Lead training is. And so what we looked at in the data is that really what is holding teams back and companies back from creating healthy cultures where people feel seen, where they have the freedom to fail in order to innovate and create, in which case to grow and produce, that they have to create these cultures that are daring and full of courage. And the number one thing that stops us from doing that is having tough conversations. So we tackle that a lot in this curriculum. We find it easier to talk about someone than to them. We avoid conversations, especially around fears and feelings, inclusivity, diversity, inclusion, problem solving, the bottom line, gossip, all these different ways that are making work environments toxic. We're avoiding the conversations because we are fighting so hard to keep work an emotionless place. But your team is full of humans. And they are not robots, and they cannot turn off their emotions. And the more we try to deny the fears and feelings and not talk about them, the more they are running the show. And so in the Dare to Lead curriculum, we talk about things like what is vulnerability? How do you practice and learn the skill of empathy? We talk about shame and what it's like to not fit in versus not belong. We talk about tough conversations and how to have those tough conversations. We talk about giving feedback. We talk about how you go into your workplace living into your values and not just professing them. We talk about rumbling with anxiety and grief and forgiveness, especially because that's a big story for a lot of teams nowadays. Ultimately, what we talk about is how to develop the skills and the tools and the language to lead and love well. That's what this work is about. We offer it in really just about any format, but for a lot of these trainings, they're going to be 2 full days. And after these 2 full days, 16 hours of training, you will earn a Dare to Lead trained certificate, and you'll also be able to put a badge on your LinkedIn profile. I encourage you to reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm very easy to find on any of the social media platforms, and I hope to see you in our next training. Thanks so much.